my name is Shway and thank you so much for stopping by on my video today. Today I have a one brand tutorial. I don't think I've ever done this type of video before. I am so excited. I'm going to be using all Colourpop products. Colourpop is such a popular brand. I remember when they first launched. Does anybody else remember when they first launched with their Super Shock shadows? I was obsessed. I was like, oh, I need to pop on this and try all these products. I actually need to grab some Super Shock shadows because I want to like dive into it and see what I think of them again. I haven't used them in so long and I know I have decluttered a lot of them. I think the only thing that I don't have from Colourpop is their brow pencil or their brow pomade. I'm not a huge fan of like brow products, so I'm not really gonna worry about that, but I have everything else including their sponge. I've got their eyelashes. Their sponge is probably one of my favorite drugstore sponges. It is so soft. I've got their eyeshadow, bronzer, we got some blush, we got highlight, we got everything under the sun. If you guys want to see a full face of Colourpop makeup, just keep on watching. So this actually is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to be using the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I have not used this before and I am going to be doing a wear test within this video. So I'm going to put this on for the tutorial, but I will be doing a wear test in another video. So definitely check that out if you want to see how this wore on my dry acne textured skin. I also don't have eye primer from them. I don't think Colourpop has eye primer. Maybe they do, I'm not sure. I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer, so it is a drugstore primer, so it's going to be really inexpensive, and I really think the Milani primer is a dupe for the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Like, it's literally the same thing. Love that stuff. What I like doing is I like putting concealer on as my base for my eyeshadow, so I'm also going to be using the Pretty Fresh concealer. I've tried this a couple of times, but I'm still testing it out. This shade might be a little light for me. I'm so terrible at picking out concealer shades, foundation shades, all the above. I'm just blending this out with a duo fiber brush. This is just a random like cheapy one from Amazon. My skin right now is very textured. I have acne and hyperpigmentation, as you can see. The only part on my face that is oily are my eyelids, and even though they are oily, they are very textured still. With this concealer, it is a hydrating concealer, but I am noticing that it is emphasizing a lot of like the dry texture. But the first thing I'm going to be doing is my eyeshadow, just in case I have any fallout. I've really been wanting to dive into my Colourpop So Jaded palette. This is in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. The colors in here I think are just so unique and different. Like, the color story is just really nice, so I'm going to be using this today. I'm going to try and incorporate my Super Shock shadows that I have, and I also got this new quad from them. This just launched. This is their Sorbet pressed powder quad. Really pretty, like, I don't know, pinky mauvey colors. My monitor is over here, so that's where I keep looking, that's why. But I really like the packaging and everything. I think this was like $9, so you are paying for like the packaging and stuff, but I think this is really cute, travel friendly, even though none of us are going anywhere lately. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one eye off camera and I'll be right back. Here is the eye that I went ahead and did off camera. I actually ended up just using the Sorbet palette and just one other color from the Kathleen Lights palette. So here again is what the quad looks like, and the look turned out pretty easily, and then I ended up using one of my Super Shock shadows as well. The first thing I'm going to do is go in with a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I never know what the name's on the back of the quad here, but I think this is the shade Extra Syrup. It's that lighter mauve shade, and this is going in my crease. I'm just blending this out in my crease, and I found these shadows to be really soft, They blended out really well, but there is some fallout. And then I'm going in with a Sigma E54 and that darker shade, which is Drizzled, I believe. Again, hopefully I'm reading those names correctly. And I'm putting this in my outer crease area. And then taking another E25 and the shade Citrine from the Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. I'm just blending this above my crease here. Again, this part is optional, but I just thought that pop of yellow looked really nice. And then taking the Pretty Fresh concealer, mine is in the shade Fair 10 Neutral, and a concealer brush, using a Wet n Wild concealer brush, and I'm going to cut the crease. Using a E56 from Sigma, I'm going in with the shade Scooped, and it says that's not intended for the immediate eye area. Well, like, why even put shadows if it's not for your eyelid? And then I'm just going in with the E25 again and that darker drizzled shade. And then I'm taking this Colourpop Super Shock shadow in the shade Falling Up, and I opened this and I was surprised that it was still squishy. But this is going on top of that eyeshadow that I just put down. And I'm using my finger. It's so pretty. I'm just tapping that on top. There is the eyeshadow. I mean, everything looks so nice. Probably more of a fall color scheme going on. But I'm going to go ahead and do the foundation. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a wear test in another video. So if you want to see how that wears on my face throughout the entire day, definitely check that out. I'm just going to quickly put the foundation on, but again, all of my thoughts about the foundation will be in that video. Alright, we got our base products on. Like I said, if you want to check out my full thoughts on this foundation, definitely head over to the wear test. But here is what everything is looking like right now. It looks really glowy. I'm liking how everything is looking so far. The next thing I'm going to be testing out are these Colourpop Cheek Dews. My girl Ivory actually sent these over to me. She did a whole dedicated video on these products, so I'll leave that linked down below as well. But she sent over the shade Kiss Kiss, which is like, I don't know, it's a terracotta brown color, and then the shade Hotline, which is more pink. Maybe I'll go in with the shade Kiss Kiss, and oh, it's super dark. Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna blend it out with, oh, where'd the color go? Did you see that? It just disappeared right before my eyes. I have a duo fiber sponge here, so I'm actually going to use this, I think, for the bronzer and the blush. I'll go in with the bronzer first. This is the Soul Body Bronzer in the shade Medium. This smells just like the peach. It smells so good. I was really unsure about which shade to get. The light looked too light, and then the medium looked, I don't know. This is just a smaller brush, and I'm just gonna swirl into here. This looks very pigmented. Oh, okay. This bronzer smells like Physicians Formula products. Some under my lip. I'm gonna put some up here. And there we go. We're gonna leave the bronzer like that. I'm just teasing. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna blend in with a clean brush. This is the Flat Kabuki F80 Air brush. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the pink shade actually. I think this Kiss shade might be a little too dark. Let's go in with the other side of my sponge, and I'm gonna tap this in. Do you see it? Like, I don't see the blush. it like has no pigment to it. And I'm actually going to be using their translucent setting powder. I have never tried this before either. I'm actually going to use my Amazon puff here. Just lightly setting everything. Wow, that powder is actually really nice. Okay, I'm just lightly setting my entire face. I don't know how I feel about that blush. And I'm not sure how I feel about this bronzer. I'm gonna have to test that out a little bit more. Maybe that's not the best with this foundation. Let's go in with some powder bronzer. I don't think I have a powder bronzer from Colourpop. I was hoping just to use the cream bronzer, but I don't know. Do you see it? I don't. I'm gonna use my Essence Matte Bronzing Powder. So I'm just gonna lightly go over that. And then I'll use an Essence blush. And then I've got some blush. This is my favorite highlight. This is a powder highlight from the Disney collection. This is in the shade Horse and Carriage. It's so pretty. I wear this highlight a lot. Like, it's just gorgeous. And it's super shimmery. Super shimmery. If you don't like an intense highlight, you won't like this. But I love me some highlight. Yeah, where I put the blush, it's like making the makeup underneath come off. That's kind of annoying. All right, there we go. How's everything looking? I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I know Colourpop has mascara and eyeliner and brow products, but I'm not gonna use those today. I didn't feel like getting those things, honestly, if you want the truth. I also forgot to mention, I do have Colourpop eyelashes. These are in the style Mami. They're really pretty, so I'm going to be using these on my eyes as well. All right, here is the makeup and the lashes on. I'm actually going to use an Ultra Satin Lip from Colourpop. This one's in the shade Frickin' Frack. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of this shade in Spirits. This is an Ultra Satin Lip as well. I'm going to try and like... I don't know if that lightened it up at all. But here is the completed look. Okay, you know, I kind of failed with using a full face of Colourpop. I didn't use mascara or brow products or a setting spray though. But this is the full look. Again, if you guys want to see how the Pretty Fresh foundation wore on my face, check out that wear test video. Hopefully you got to see some products in action that you were wondering about, see how they performed. But I am definitely obsessed with how this makeup turned out. Everything just looks really glowy. I'm a fan. I absolutely love these eyelashes from Colourpop. I've worn them several times. I really like the setting powder. I'm liking the foundation and the concealer. I think everything is looking really, really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other products you want me to review or what other videos you want me to do. I'll read them in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching and have an amazing day. Bye!